Travel with us as we take you on a tour to explore the hidden gems in each of the 20 arrondissements that make up the magnificent City of Light. This complete Paris neighborhood guide to key places and sites in Paris' 20 arrondissements will help you pinpoint important museums, monuments, and more. The first arrondissement in Paris includes several notable tourist attractions. See the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo at the world-renowned Louvre. Visit the La Comédie Française, where French playwright Molière, aka Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, performed. Go shopping at the Forum des Halles, explore the Conciergerie, where Queen Marie Antoinette was imprisoned, or just spend a relaxing day at the perfectly manicured Jardin des Tuileries. The historic headquarters of the Bourse de Paris, Paris Stock Exchange, and a branch of the National Library of France are located in the second arrondissement, but the real star is Rue Montorgueil, one of the best open market streets in the city. We suggest a stop by Galerie Vivienne, pictured, an indoor passage built in 1823 that features several shops, cafes, and restaurants. The Marais neighborhood, also located in part of the 4th arrondissement, is a popular spot for hipsters community. Walk down Rue du Petit Thouars to see a small square called Place Nathalie Lemel, which was named after a French feminist who fought during the Commune de Paris in 1871. Looking for other things to do? Visit the Picasso Museum, the French National Archives, and the Carnet Villette Museum, which is dedicated to Paris history. Wake up in the morning with a view of Ile de la Cité from Ponce des Arts. In the Hôtel de Ville neighborhood, tourists can stroll through the streets of the Marais, check out modern art at the Centre Pompidou, take a tour of Notre Dame, the setting for Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and see the author's home located near Place de Vosges. In the 5th arrondissement, Rue Mouffetard is one of the oldest streets in the Latin Quarter. The famous Sorbonne University, the Pantheon, and the Jardin des Plantes are also located here. History buffs may want to stop by the National Medieval Art Museum and the Roman-era Colosseum, Arrondissements. Welcome to the Saint-Germain-des-Prés neighborhood, which was named after the first president of the Paris Parliament in 1352. You can't leave this arrondissement without visiting the Luxembourg Museum and Gardens, as well as Le Procope, the oldest café in Paris. In addition, this area has several other cafes that are noted as regular spots for famous artists and writers. For example, Les Deux Magots was a regular hangout for Pablo Picasso and Ernest Hemingway. In 1674, Louis XIV opened Hôtel des Invalides as a shelter to his soldiers. This neighborhood is also home to the Eiffel Tower, the tomb of French military and political leader Napoleon Bonaparte, and the Musée d'Orsay, which showcases artwork by famous artists such as Vincent van Gogh, Edgar Degas, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Claude Monet. Located in the center of Place Charles de Gaulle, the Arc de Triomphe is a must-see attraction if you're visiting this neighborhood. The Champs-Élysées is lined with numerous cafes, upscale restaurants, and high-end stores. Don't hesitate to take a break from shopping to sit in the nearby gardens or watch cars zip around Place de la Concorde. The centerpiece for the 9th arrondissement is the Palais Garnier, home of the Paris Opera. It was built by Charles Garnier from 1861 to 1875 and served as the inspiration for Gaston Leroux's Gothic love story, The Phantom of the Opera. If opera isn't your thing, then visit the Olympia Theatre and Concert Hall, where French songstress Edith Piaf and other singers had historic performances. Visit the Musée Grévin, a wax museum, shop at Printemps department store, stroll through the Grand Boulevards neighborhood, or experience the Fragonard Musée du Parfum. Two of the city's main railway stations are located here, Gare de l'Est and Gare du Nord. Don't be scared off because this arrondissement is primarily a working-class area that attracts young professionals and artists. It's actually a great place to grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine to relax. In addition to having several cafes and restaurants, The Canal Saint-Martin neighborhood is a great place to have a picnic along the Seine, take a tour of the canal by boat, or rent a bike and explore this part of the city a different way. For music buffs, we suggest a visit to the famous Parisian jazz club New Morning to soothe your soul. Visit the 11th arrondissement, specifically the Oberkampf neighborhood, if you want to kick up your heels and dance into the wee hours of the morning. This area is known for its vibrant nightlife scene and its hip bars and clubs, such as Le Balajo. Place de la Bastille, which is shared with the 4th and 12th arrondissements, and the Edith Piaf Museum are a couple of other popular tourist attractions here. Port de l'Arsenal, a boat basin in Paris, was built where the former Bastille jail was once located. It's also where Canal Saint-Martin and the Seine River connect. The Opera Bastille and the Bois de Vincennes are among the popular spots here. One of the city's best restaurants, Le Train Bleu, is located in Gare de Lyon, a busy train station. After a nice meal, travelers can burn off a few calories on the Promenade Plantée, a 3-mile, tree-lined walkway built on the site of an old railway. This green space is what inspired New York City to build the High Line in Manhattan. A main square, between Rue de Tolbiac and Avenue d'Ivory, is one of several places in Chinatown used to host annual Chinese New Year celebrations in Paris. The huge residential area is also home to a branch of the National Library of France. Take a fun stroll along the cobblestone streets of the Butte Auxiliary Cales Art Deco architecture. It's a quaint neighborhood and definitely one of the city's hidden gems. When visiting the 14th arrondissement, we suggest a stop along Villa Seurat, a private street with studios built in the 1920s and 30s for artists such as sculptor Chana Orloff. American writer Henry Miller lived here while writing Tropic of Cancer. Walk around the City University campus or, if you're feeling adventurous, take a tour of Paris' mysterious underground catacombs, which are accessible from the Place d'Enfort-Trochero. Enjoy a brisk walk on Isle Auxiliary Cygnes, which is located near Quartier Beaugrenelle and the Eiffel Tower. Paris' largest arrondissement, in both size and population, is also home to the Louis Pasteur Museum, André Citroën Park, Aqua Boulevard, Europe's largest water park, and Montparnasse Tower, arguably the best place to get amazing panoramic views of the city. The 16th arrondissement is home to several popular museums, Palais de Chaillot, which features architectural, naval, and ethnographic museums, the Guillemot Museum, which is known for its collection of Asian art, the Marmottan Monet Museum, which has the world's largest collection of Claude Monet's works, and the Palais de Tokyo, an edgy modern art museum. For kids, we suggest a trip to the Jardin d'Acclimatation, an amusement park and garden. Rue de Batignolles is a street lined with stylish cafes and pricey boutiques. Looking for more to do in this area? Spend some quality time with someone special in the romantic Square de Batignolles, marvel at the crazy intersection at Place de Clichy and compare it to NYC's Times Square, or enjoy a picnic at Parc Monceau, where there are a couple of playgrounds to keep the kids busy. In Montmartre, the Sacré-Cœur Basilica offers wonderful views of the city. Check out a burlesque show at Moulin Rouge, experience Pigalle, the city's racy red light district, explore the Dalí Museum, which is dedicated primarily to the sculptures and drawings of Salvador Dalí, and get your portrait drawn by a local artist in the Place du Tertre. Built between 1813 and 1821, Canal de l'Arc goes from Paris to Méruel-sur-Arc, a distance of about 55 miles. In addition to the canal, this arrondissement is home to two of the city's most interesting parks, Parc de Buttes-Chaumont and Parc de la Villette. This arrondissement is great for the contemplative tourist. Head to Parc de Belleville for a quiet respite to enjoy great views of Paris, or visit the Père Lachaise Cemetery to see where the Doors frontman Jim Morrison was buried. Music fans familiar with French singer Edith Piaf can also stop by the memorial dedicated to the eccentric songstress, who's known for her famous tune La Vie en Rose.